talking about? You know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?
Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Pioneer.
If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl...
Oh, excuse me. It was my keys. Yes.
Romero in trouble along the ropes. For the second time in the fight, Romero barely standing. There's a left hand by Cruz. Romero retreating.
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's a big fight week. You know what time it is, Frank Bay. Man, it's a big fight. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Yeah, man, are you guys excited? I don't know. You know, we were on the fence as hardcore boxing fans. You know, they had the workout today. Was watching a little bit. So I wanted to go live, see what's good in the hood, in the boxing community. I don't know. It seems like people weren't excited, but I think it's starting to pick up. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are doing a lot of interviews right now. I think people are starting to get a little bit more excited. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 2 days and a wake up and drink some beers, eat some food. Welcome Glocktavius, sup player, getting ready for the lynching this week. Haney to go. Oh man, nah, Haney, not a fan, not a fan, not a fan. Definitely not a fan of Davina Hanky. I think, you know, I'm watching Ryan Garcia and I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's freaking hilarious, dude. I mean, Ryan Garcia is a riot. He's an absolute riot, and I'm here for it, you know? What's up, Knockout Ned? Yes, yes. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for all the smoke with Ryan Garcia. I'm going to say I'm rooting for Garcia. Nobody's giving him a chance. You know, I know they said he quit against Tank. Glocktavius, Haney going to be the best ever. Stop hating Mexican. It's not hate, just not a fan. He's extremely boring. You know, that Regis Prograis fight was basura. You can't tell me, Glocktavius. I know y'all don't buy fights. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, Glocktavius. You did not buy Haney and Prograis. You just didn't. Like 35,000 people bought it. And I don't even think they bought it. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a Groupon or they got a coupon or they was like awarded. I think maybe like 300-400 people bought Davina Hanky and Regis Prograis. And the fight sucked. Regis Prograis came and laid down like a dog. It was just a basura fight, you know? Last year, this time, I was excited for Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis. To me, it was an excellent fight. Ryan Garcia, we know he was weight drained. Okay, if you rewatch the fight, he had Tank Davis shook, and then he just gassed out, got tired, and then Tank Davis caught him with the body shot. And then, you know, there was a mole in Ryan Garcia's camp. I guess he had actually had his rib, I don't know if it was broken, cracked, but you know, the mole in the camp and all that good stuff. I support all my brothers. We run boxing. Well, the numbers don't prove it though. The biggest star is still Lanello Alvarez. He's still the king, the face of boxing. Salute BDA. Welcome, best show in boxing. I'm just trying to be like BDA. I'm just trying to get up there, man. One day. Nah, salute BDA, man. He keeps boxing alive. Best show on YouTube. I was also watching the 3 knockdown rule with Steve Kim and Mario Lopez, which is another good show. So there's some decent shows out in boxing, man. I'm that type of person. I'm gonna salute people, and I'm gonna say, I'm a boxing fan, so I pretty much follow and watch everybody. Me, I'm just a boxing fan, man. I'm not an expert. I'm not a super hardcore. I'm not saying I'm a casual, but I just want to see guys fight. That's it, man. And this is a big fight. Like I said, I think it's going to get more heated. I believe the press conference is tomorrow. I think it should be good. Salute Matt Chad, another YTBC legend. Matt Chad, check him out. Go fuck with them. He talks boxing. Gloctavius, Floyd whipped all the Mexicans. We to go on everything. Well, you know what? A lot of people would disagree. Floyd ducked a lot of people. He ducked Paul Williams, ducked Keith Thurman, Israel. I mean, the list goes on. If he's y'all GOAT and he's not mine, I was talking to a guy in the gym, he liked Hagler. I liked Julio Cesar Chavez. For me, Julio Cesar Chavez is the GOAT. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Julio Cesar Chavez got me into boxing because my family was a fan of Julio Cesar, and then it was Oscar, and now it's Canelo Alvarez. It just is what it is, what? That's interesting though, Gloctavius, is they're trying to. This is what I wanted to come on today because this is my theme of the show, is manufacturing stars, and that's what occurred to me. I said, this is a big fight, but as boxing hardcores, we're not excited because is Ryan Garcia really on that level? Is it a super fight or is this a manufactured super fight? Tank Davis is the real deal, but even him, he's a bit manufactured. Hey guys, if you're here, Knockout Net, everybody salute. Please hop on, man. Join me. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button. Help a brother out. So like I said, as you can see the screen, is this a manufactured fight? On one hand, we have Ryan Garcia, Matt Chad got the realest ninjas on YTVC, respect. Okay, salute. Ryan getting busted up. It's very well possible, but that's what I'm saying. To me, Devin Haney is manufactured. I just don't feel that Devin Haney is a superstar. I was talking with somebody, hearing boxing takes, and people are looking for the next Floyd Mayweather. They're looking for like I was talking to somebody in the gym today, they were a fan of Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, and America is desperate for an American superstar. You know what I mean? Whether it's a heavyweight, like we've seen that fraud, Baby Anderson, they want the next Mike Tyson, they want the next Floyd Mayweather. And let's be honest, man, we got a lot of UK guys. I think, we're pretty much American or we live here now. And, we see these Eastern Europeans come in and they're kicking ass. We got Better Be a B-ball kicking ass. We got a Nui kicking ass. Boxing is great, and I was listening to another podcast and people were hating on a Nui and they were saying, well, he makes a ton of money in Japan. He don't need to come here. You hear the complicated Nui, but so Americans, we're desperate. That's what sold pay-per-views. That even the American market, to be like UFC is blowing up, it's overtaking boxing in America. And so, promoters are desperate to create the next superstar. So you see Eddie Hearn, he's signing Jerron Ennis, he has Hitchensons, he's trying to find, he had Montana Love, he's trying to find the next Floyd Mayweather. And something that BDA talks about is that, and we talk about is Floyd was an anomaly because for the most part, people gravitate to action fighters like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya fought everybody, Julio Cesar Chavez, people that go in and fight. And Floyd was more of a back foot bitch, kind of dirty elbow. We were talking about Arturo Gatti and Floyd Mayweather, and how dirty Floyd was. I guess he did the break. I don't remember the ref, but Floyd hit him on the break and knocked Arturo Gatti down. And then he went on to put a beat down on Arturo Gatti, you know, which created pretty much the Floyd Mayweather legend. And then Floyd, when he fought Victor Ortiz, you know, he hit Victor Ortiz on the break. So Floyd, you know, Floyd had the elbow. He always had to have the ring, the mat, the gloves. You know, he always had to have it his way. So, you know, but he sold a lot of pay-per-views. You know, he was the star of the era. And, you know, they tried to create the new Floyd with Adrian Broner, right? Glocktavius, 175, there ain't no black man there. Yeah, you know what? For whatever, you know what? 175 has never been, the glamour divisions in boxing are 135, 147, and middleweight. And then, you know, generally, super middleweight is a pretty much a new era division, right? And light heavyweight has never really gotten attention in boxing because it was like welterweight, middleweight, and then they go up to heavyweight. And that's why they criticize the Newey. They say, how can he be pound for pound when he's a little guy? You know, believe it or not, a lot of people in boxing are very bigoted and hypocritical, and they don't follow the lower weight classes. You know, there's been a lot of lower weight class fighters, but they just don't get, you know, Guillermo Rigondeaux, Nonito Donaire, Benito Lopez, Paulie Ayala. But, you know, they can become stars, but they don't necessarily become stars in the long run, you know, because of the smaller weight. So about 130, 135, you know, that's what, like Manny Pacquiao, he started off at 122, but eventually he had to go all the way up to 147, and he was fighting 154 pounders. Like, that was insane. Floyd Mayweather actually started off, I believe, at 126, and he had to go all the way up to 147 and fighting 54 pounders. You know, so boxing historically, about 35 on up is when you start getting the superstars, you know. In the lower weight classes where you have the exciting fights, you know, Barrera, Morales, Pacquiao, Barrera, is because they kind of more have to fight each other, more or less, because, you know, they have to create more attention. Haney, Shakur, too slick for them, but they don't fight each other. You know, that's the shame, is that, hey, these Afro-Anglos or FBAs, you know, they tend to dock and dodge each other. We could have a legendary era. The 2020s could have been legendary had any of those guys fought each other. You know, little Lomachenko, he has to fight Tio, he has to fight Hanky, you know, he has to fight everybody. Even Teofimo had to fight Loma, you know, and then he had to fight Taylor. When Haney and Shakur, they don't fight anybody. You know, they duck and dodge each other. But it is what it is, you know, they're going for the bag. If a black man were at the lower divisions, he'd dominate. Well, that's what they thought about Fulton, and he couldn't do it, you know. But the lower weight divisions, it's just hard to become a superstar. It's just the way it is, you know. People tend to only follow. A lot of people, you know, start at welterweight. Like, welterweight is probably the welterweight, in my opinion, would have to be the most iconic division, because you think about 147. Well, what is it? You're talking about middleweights that can shrink down, and you're talking about lower, like 130, 135ers that eventually go up to 147. So 147 is the crossroads division, right? So guys are either coming up, they're coming down, and they kind of meet in the middle. And 147 is where you tend to where they tend to meet, just like Bud Crawford, right? He started at 135 and he eventually grew up and grew to 147, and that's where he shines, is in the 147 division. But now he's looking to go up to 154. But salute Hawker, salute Frank. Mad Chat, put all your money on Ryan Garcia. Yes, like, comment, subscribe. Doing a pop-up live stream, getting ready for this Haney Garcia. What do you guys think, man? I dropped the link. I'm gonna drop the link again. But like I said, is this fight, people are kind of on the fence about this fight. You know, on BDA's show, he talked about, are people going to buy the fight? And a lot of people weren't sure. And I'm one of those people. It's like, okay, I want to see the fight, but at the same time, I'm not sure about paying for it, because like on the three down knockdown rule with Steve Kim and Mario Lopez, people are really concerned that is Ryan Garcia going to make it to the fight? You know, so they saying the tickets are slow because people are wondering, is this fight going to even happen? So me as a consumer, I'm like, you know what? Like, imagine I buy the fight and then something happens, like Ryan quits. He just quits. He gets up, walks out of the ring, or just something crazy happens, you know, like it's just not even competitive. He just gets slept and you'd feel ripped off. And my fear is, as a boxing fan, I feel like this could really be a black eye for boxing. We really need this to be a good fight, because if something happens and Ryan doesn't put on a performance, or he quits, or he does something stupid, he actually bites fucking Haney, and we get a disqualification, you know, we may never see this happen again, man. Millions of people would be turned off, and they're really gonna turn away from boxing, you know. Okay, Gloctavius, you lucky I got a sore throat. I school you on your own panel, Mexican. I'm the greatest ever. Well, Gloctavius, that's you might, with a name like that. I mean, your parents were definitely rocket scientists. Hey, Frank, is this yeah, the name He Who Should Not Be Named? Yeah, man, F that guy. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. We just do what we do. You know, Coach Eddie told me that Coach Eddie can do what he wants, and he's not a coach. He's just Eddie. You know what I'm saying? I duck no smoke. It's like, comment, subscribe, share. We're talking about Ryan Garcia and Davina Haney. You know, look, this is what this fight is. This is a manufactured fight. This is not two of the best, you know, and it's sad because, you know, we're talking about the division 140. You have Davina Haney is a champion who he beat Bruce Prograis. Stop hating on my name. It's a great name. I mean, it's a great rap name. You know, I hope that's not your birth name. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell your parents who named you Gloctavius. I mean, it's an awesome name for a rapper, you know, but for a human being, I don't know how many jobs you're getting. You know, if I walked into a bank and I'm gonna say, hey, Gloctavius, I don't know if I'm gonna have you handle my business, you know, just throwing that out there, you know. But if you're a rapper, it's a hell of a name. But yeah, back to, you know, we have the champions, Haney, Teofimo, Subriel Matias, and Isaac Cruz now. Now, probably the super fight, and it's not even really a super fight. See, that's the sad thing about boxing, is that even Teofimo and Haney is a big fight, but it's not a super fight. You know, I don't even know how many pay-per-views it would do, maybe 100,000. So this, for a lack of better reasoning, this is a super fight. But as boxing hardcores, is that we, you know, what my take was, that it's manufactured. You know, this is promoters doing their best to manufacture a star, rather than the old traditional way of, you know, you fight the fights, and that's what makes you a star. You know, for all Floyd Mayweather's antics, you know, he did fight the tough fights when he first started. So, you know, Diego Corrales, Zab Judah, Shane Mosley. Well, I mean, and you know, there was always things that Floyd had to do before he fought them, but he still fought Diego Corrales. You know, he fought Genaro Hernandez, who was an older champion, you know, but he fought the champions, and he fought the guys, you know, Ricky Hatton, who was undefeated. He fought the top guys at the time. You know, did he fight him at the right time? No, he never fought Margarito. You know, he fought Zab even after he lost. So there's always asterisks, but Diego Corrales for sure. Even though Diego was weight drained, he was going through issues with his wife at the time. He still fought the top guy. Diego Corrales was the top guy at the time. But it was very similar to Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, because that's what Floyd did, is he had weight drained Diego Corrales. Diego Corrales, like Ryan Garcia and Earl Spence in his time versus Crawford, they were dead men walking, right? So, but you know, he still fought the name. Those were the top names, you know, at the time. Miguel Cotto was still a top name. Now, he had already been beat up. Floyd didn't fight him in his prime, but he was still at the top. And then even after Floyd beat him, he still went on to become a champion, you know? Same thing with Canelo Alvarez, you know, Erislandy Lara at the top, Gennady Golovkin at the top, Daniel Jacobs at the top. Canelo Alvarez fights guys at the top, you know. Now I know recently
he has been fighting not the fights that he wants, but these guys are still at the top. I mean, even Charlo was at the top, and people had claimed he wasn't fighting the top names. But nevertheless, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, they became stars because they fought the guys at the top. You know, Manny Pacquiao, that's probably the best example, is he had to fight the guys at the top, especially because he's in the lower weight divisions. He wasn't allowed to cherry pick. It's like when Manny Pacquiao beat David Diaz, he went on the bum of the month club tour, you know, and that's what they're saying Canelo Alvarez did. Okay, after winning undisputed at super middle, he goes on the bum of the month tour, you know. So, but that's boxing. This happens in every era. You know, even after Floyd Mayweather beat Deo Corrales, or was it Arturo Gatti? I think after both. And Arturo Gatti wasn't the top name at the time. He was just the champion, you know? It was the 3-belt era. It wasn't even the 4-belt era, I don't believe. But, you know, it's easy to avoid the top names in boxing because there's 4 champions. So let's say a champion wants to move up a weight division, like Crawford is going 1 to 54. You know, you can look at the champions there, and now he might be facing a guy named Madrimov, and he says, okay, he looks like the weakest link. That's always been boxing. When Oscar De La Hoya was going to fight Bernard Hopkins, he went up and took on a guy named Felix Sturm. It's like, who the fuck is Felix Sturm? Nobody knew who he was, but that was the weakest champion. It was a way to sell the fight. He was still a champion, though. You know, Felix Sturm was a tough out. People believe Oscar lost that fight, but he was awarded the victory and then made the super fight for Bernard Hopkins at the time. So, you know, Felix Trinidad, when he was going up, he went up to 160 and he became a champion because he faced William Jaffe. He didn't go straight to Bernard Hopkins. They had a tournament, but that's the way boxing has always been. This is how it's always been for the name, the star. They kind of get given a road to become this way. But in this instant, you know, Ryan Garcia is manufactured. And to a large extent, Devin Haney is manufactured. You know, Ryan Garcia said something interesting. It was extremely funny, but it was also very eye-opening. He had said that, you know, like we say, I mean, we've said this on BDA, we've said this on my channel. What's up, fam? What up, Never Sobers? Like, comment, subscribe. Never Sobers is gonna be doing his thing this Saturday, correct, Never Sobers? Let people know where they can find you for this Saturday, because I'm gonna just be watching. I'm gonna try to join y'all. Salute. Yeah, man, Never Sobers is always good for entertainment, man. All the goons, all the guys get in there and bust each other's chops. It's a real what do they call that? Showdown, hoedown, you know? But anyway, yeah, man, this is it's a super fight, but it's not, right? Like it's a super fight, but it's not, because Ryan Garcia is not proven. But at the same time, to me, Devin Haney lost to Lomachenko. Just type in Never Sobe after hours. Are you doing your thing Saturday, Never Sobe? So yeah, man, he got a Discord. Yeah, drop whatever you can, man, so people can find you. And then, you know, we'll all meet up on Saturday. And, you know, got to go for the knockouts, man. But it's a good time, man. He'll be live, and he starts, you know, preliminaries and everything. Everybody grab your beer, grab your chips, and you know, but you can't have thin skin, man. If you have thin skin and you can't handle the smoke, then that I don't know what to tell you, brothers. But yeah, man, and BDA too. BDA will probably be doing some shows. Is BDA, if you're here, are you gonna be doing a show tomorrow or open lines? That's where everybody can get it really hyped. I'm excited for this press conference. I think it's gonna be hella funny. I think Ryan's gonna do something extremely stupid, or something that's gonna wow people. But yeah, Ryan Garcia had said that Devin Haney paid the judges off. You know, he was alluding that he said, "Oh no, the judges were paid. We know that Devin Haney lost." BDA told, "Oh shit, 24-hour on stream." Man, I fuck with BDA. BDA's funny though, because he's trying to downplay it. He's not a fan of this, but now all of a sudden he's doing the 24. Salute BDA, thank you. You know what it is, man? I think it's like we hate on it, but yeah, we inside we know we want to see it. You know, I want to see it, man. You know what? I'm a sicko. I'm probably gonna buy it. Oh man, that's fucked up. Well, no. Oh, but didn't he do a 8-hour stream for the? What did he do the 8-hour stream for? That was fucked up, bro. I thought he was really getting super excited
Yeah, the other month, man, he did an 8-hour stream before. What fight was it? Oh my God, there's been a few, but yeah, the other announcement, the Saudi card, people are excited for. Dude, in 2 weeks is Canelo Alvarez. So we got this pay-per-view, we got Canelo Munguia pay-per-view, and then it's Usyk pay-per-view. Yeah, well, Cholos, salute Evil Greenie. You little Mexicans gonna cry when Garcia loses to the best ever, Haney #1. I'm not a fan though. They did one on a Friday, I think. Yeah, no, he did like a whole 8-hour stream just like a couple of weeks ago. Tell him to do it again. I think people would join. Health inspectors get a target passing Grande reopening. Yeah, man, they're just haters, bro. They hate on Never Sobeys for whatever reason. Like I said, man, you cannot have thin skin. You cannot have consent. Talking shit about BDA, you cut. Come on, man. Nah, BDA is the realest one, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he keeps it popping. BDA is still the pound-for-pound king of boxing too. Salute, facts. Haney. That's why I said that he should do a 8-hour stream, I think. Fuck, which one was it that he did that for? Anyway, Open Lines Friday should be there. Go to BDA, get all the smoke. I think there'll be a lot to talk about. 900 Garcia TKO, Cam, man. Facts. I wish I could bet on it. I'm gonna state that I can't bet, which really sucks, man. I would drop probably a C note on Ryan Garcia. Look, man, like I said, this is a manufactured fight. Haney, why I want Ryan Garcia to win? Because I believe that if Devin Haney loses, boxing will become better. And that sounds like a hater take, right? HLD, salute. Like, comment, subscribe. I've been dropping the link if anybody wants to hop on and get their boxing take off, let a player know, man. Let us know what you think, man. Are you excited? Are you gonna buy it? Is Ryan Garcia Troll of the Year? I think, man, honestly, bro, I got a super kick out of it. Because it is manufactured. Yes, it is manufactured. This is the era of manufacturing. In my rep voice, Ryan. Yes, it's Ryan all day, man. That's why it's the King Ryan, till I die. It is what it is, man. I just can't root for Davina Hanky. I just can't. He's a fake. He's a phony. It's Christian versus Muslim. It's nappy head versus, what'd he say, versus coke baby. I mean, we got it all, man. We got it all. Damn, Frank Casino. No, for a knockout. It's plus 900, baby. I tripped. I'm gonna be 1,000 there, baby. Off $100. Why not, bro? I'm spending it on the fight. I might go. It's gonna be exciting, bro. Why football is so popular? Because of the action. It always makes it more exciting when you got action. But that's my fear, dude. Is that I don't want to buy this fight and then some fucked up shit happens like Floyd Mayweather versus Victor Ortiz. Remember that fuck shit when Floyd? Well, it was Victor's fault because he actually tried to kiss Floyd. So it was like his fault, but still, man, I felt ripped off, man. I was like, damn, bro, that was some fuck shit. Why did Floyd have to fuck shit up? Like, it left a bad taste in people's mouth. And I could see something like that happen in this fight. I could see something happen, like a disqualification, Ryan do something stupid, or Haney, or Bill Haney, something like, or like, remember when Floyd Mayweather and Zab Judah, the whole brawl, like some real fuck retarded shit could happen and people are just gonna be pissed. And it could be really bad for boxing. Chitlin distributor, this fight ain't for Haney sucking all the oxygen. Good one. But Greenie, if it should have been Rolly, not Ryan. Well, that was Rolly's stupid ass, right? They said that Steve Kim had said that Rolly was gonna make twice the amount that he did for Ryan Garcia. And losing to Ryan Garcia, oh well, you become an instant millionaire. Rolly, that's why, Oscar De La Hoya roasted him, said, Rolly's you dumbass. There's only 3 promoters in the world, okay? You don't piss us off. Keep your mouth shut. Or to summarize, Nettie, Tank, Haney, the GOATs, but they don't fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Let me check the room, make sure it's safe. I'll be right back in there. Pause. If Ryan going to break Haney nose, I hope the only way this fight is worth the money is well, BDA, but see, that's the thing. Don't you think people will be upset? HLD, welcome.
What's going on?
What's up, man? You excited? Are you getting more excited or more tired of the fuck shit?
I'm gonna say, man, I'm just on the curiosity side of what's gonna happen because it's really unknown. But at the same time, I'm not too much unknown. I didn't catch you saying it was a C note for the knockout. Yeah, that meant that put a little sum on that makes sense because of that. The plus 900 for the knockout, but because that's the only way I see him winning. I don't know if I'm excited, man. It's just more about like we just want to know how this circus is gonna end. But I really think Haney's gonna pull it off. I don't see no other way around it. I don't see Ryan being able to deal with Haney being on his back foot, skating around and evading him. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do anything about that. I don't expect if Haney actually beats him like he did Regis. That would be shocking, and good for him at the same time if that's what if he's able to prove that he can do more than what he's been doing. But that's where I'm at, man. I mean, all the antics, I was laughing my ass off yesterday. It was just funny to hear and see what the push and all that shit. But overall, man, it's just let's see what happens. I'm not excited like I'm excited for some other fights that I'm. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, that's got me jacked up for real.
For the right reasons though.
Yeah. Hey man, is it all the right reasons? We talking about women, so yeah, all the right reasons.
All the right reasons. Salute BDA. Is this the real BDA?
Well, who else is it gonna be, man? Come on.
Okay, there's a lot of people that impersonate you.
Well, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery. This is BDM, man. This is hashtag RNOTV, man. What's up?
Okay, just making sure it wasn't a voice changer. It is the real BDA. Thank you. Salute BDA.
Voice changer, man. Come on, man.
AI.
Or AI. You know what? That's a good one. BDA. So, are you excited? Or are you getting more turned off?
Well, I'm always turned off because my mind is on the true path of the Crimson Cross. But I will say this. I do believe Devin Haney, I think it was Chitlin Distributor and FUTV, aka Julio, in the Discord. They're giving Ryan Garcia more of a chance, and I would give him a chance too, based off of first of all his physical attributes. And the guy can box a little bit, even though he makes a lot of technical mistakes. He's nevertheless he can be a bit of a problem. He knows how to box. I mean, he's been an amateur for a long time as well. The problem is that big asterisk. Is he really crazy or is it just an act? Because if he really is nuts, he can be in good physical shape, but what happens when he starts getting jabbed to death? He can't make any adjustments. What's he gonna do then? That's the mental part enters into the equation. And I don't know, man. Some people are saying that perhaps this is all a ploy, an excuse, if you will, a built-in excuse, so that if he loses, he'll blame everyone else like he did after the Tank Davis fight. Like, oh man, you could clearly see I wasn't okay in the head, but nobody did anything to help me. They let me go in there and get my ass beat, blah, blah, blah. So I really don't know, man. I will say this, though. After the Teofimo Lopez antics, before the Kambosos fight, they did end up hurting him. But then before the Josh Taylor fight, he was up to his old hijinks, and he beat Josh Taylor. So you never know what's going on, man. Just based off a fighter's attitude and character and demeanor, sometimes it's hard to tell. So, I mean, with this, I don't know. And like I said in the chat, man, the only way this fight is worth the money is if something crazy happens. Meaning, if Ryan Garcia beats Haney, or if Garcia snaps and he bites Haney, or one of Haney's homies, maybe one of Haney's homies busts a cap into the ring. That wouldn't surprise me either. After considering Haney's connections and all that. So that's all I'm saying.
Something we've never seen before. Something Floyd Mayweather asked with Victor Ortiz, or when he fought Zab Judah. What was the craziest thing in boxing? Was a flag man or something? What was that guy? Parachute guy?
When the guy came in on the paraglide.
And they beat his ass in the corner.
Yeah.
That was.
But how do you see it? I mean, do you who do you see winning this fight, or who do you favor clearly winning this fight?
Well, who is this? Just so that I know the name.
This HLD.
Well, HLD, I mean, I think I'm going with everybody else in the same boat. I do think Haney beats him. I just think he's more consistent by virtue of his jab. He can work more consistently round by round just because he's got a better jab. It's amazing to me how a guy like Ryan Garcia is so tall and so quick, but he never developed a good jab. I mean, that's amazing to me. But yeah, I do favor Haney, but I also got to tell you, man, I think Haney's being severely overrated here. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Prograis win was very good. Prograis is a dangerous guy. He's got a lethal left hand. But if you are that as good as Haney's supposed to be, as people are making him out to be, then you're supposed to be the guy like Prograis. You're supposed to take away his left hand, and what else does he have? But this time, listen, Garcia, yeah, he's crazy. He makes a lot of technical mistakes, but at least he knows how to walk a guy down. He's not going to stand there waiting around like Regis Prograis did. And on top of that, he's the same age as Haney. He's not 34 years old like Prograis. So if he has his ducks in a row, he could give Haney a much harder fight than people are anticipating. What do you guys think? Is there hope for Ryan Garcia?
No, absolutely, because there's the there's the X factor. Look, the X factor to me that comes into is that, yeah, Devin Haney is the more dedicated, fundamentally sound fighter. But then there's something else that you can teach, and that's what Ryan has: that speed and that power and that killer instinct that the young man has. Something that Devin Haney doesn't have, and that could upset the fight at any time. So I mean, and you're right. I mean, there is a severely overratedness of Haney. I mean, if you really want to break everything down from who he fought, when he fought him, we know he didn't really. He only had one top competition. That was Lomachenko, and that was a 36-year-old Lomachenko, which I thought he lost to. So I guess all the crazy antics makes you think like, damn, what the hell? Because I really believe if Ryan Garcia was showing a level-headedness in his approach to this fight, I definitely will give him a much bigger edge of pulling up the upset in this fight. But the way it stands is just my guts just doesn't tell me that. I think Haney's gonna fight like he beat Kambosos 1, and if he beats Garcia the way he beat Prograis, that would be shocking. that would be shocking. But I see him skating this fight and taking the 12-rounder, unless he gets caught. If he gets caught, then he's forget it. Ryan will finish him. That I know for a fact.
Salute, welcome, never sobers. Hop in anytime. Yeah, I you know what? I'm a fool because I believe it's a super fight, right? This is not just a regular fight. But like Gotti, I thought Gotti had a chance. I thought Mike Tyson had a chance against Lennox Lewis. And people had told me that Bernard Hopkins was going to wipe the floor with Tito Trinidad, and then I didn't believe him. I was rooting for Tito Trinidad. So, some of these fights are already won before they're fought, right? And this is like that one that we know Devin Haney is gonna win, but I still want to believe. Am I a sucker for that?
Now, when a guy's got power and can finish a fight at any time, that's just the truth.
You're a hoper. You're a hoper, Frank.
No hoper.
you're a hoper. You know what I'm saying? You live with hope. I just want to jump on the channel. I'm on a chat. Say what's up to y'all. I wanted to jump on here on my laptop and piss BDA off because I'm sure my voice sounds a lot more clear right now than it does when I'm on the show with him.
Just listen to that laugh, man. That's the laugh on the evil guy that shows up to a show with a fucked up connection just to piss the host off. That's what it is. Listen to that laugh, man. That's an evil laugh right there, man.
No, BDA, sometimes next time, bro, I'm going to jump on my laptop and I'll use my mic.
Hey, Frank, when he says you're a hopeless romantic in 2024, man, that game don't work.
And how about some professionalism, sobers? It's called professionalism.
Yeah, I guess, bro. I'm too ghetto, bro. I'm too ghetto.
Too hood. Well, BDA needs that flavor. You got to throw a little chorizo in there.
That's what BDA likes, bro. Yeah, he likes that. You know what I mean? That I don't unfiltered, a little raw, a little dirty. You know what I mean?
Right. Unhinged. Yeah, I'm a believer.
But what if Ryan does pull the upset? Where does Haney go from that embarrassment?
He has to retire, dude.
What if Ryan pulls the upset?
Ryan's his hype will go through the roof. He'll be in outer space. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if I said it to you already, Frank, dude, but this kid has so much potential to be a superstar. He doesn't even realize it. He's still kind of making his way there, losing big fights. You know what I mean? Well, he lost his first big fight with Davis, but everyone's assuming he's gonna lose this one as well. Imagine if he wins, dude. Imagine if he wins. What if he gets like a highlight, one punch knockout on this dude? He'll go through the roof. He'll go through the roof. Everyone will be, clamoring to see his next fight. Everyone will believe that he is, the Messiah and shit. And they will start. I'll start calling him the Mothman, but it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's just disappointing, dude.
It's his mindset, man. Because what he did in that Tank fight, I mean, he did exceptionally well in that first round, and then how you gonna say you got bored in the second round already, and then let me just go loco on Tank Davis? That's the concerning part of this young man, and so is he gonna be able to focus to keep his discipline throughout this fight? Or is he gonna go crazy when he can hit, Devin Haney? Because Devin Haney's just back footing and skating and the entire fight.
Well, I'm gonna be a pop store psychologist, and did you guys see the with the whole slap incident?
Yeah, I mean, what the happened on the New York State building?
On the rooftop, on the building, the rooftop or something like that. To me, I was watching Bill Haney. He was talking about, we're gonna kill Ryan Garcia, like Ivan Drago said. If he dies, he dies. But when I was looking at Bill Haney, they look shook. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like Sober said, trying to believe too much. No. I don't know. No, somebody said something interesting about Devin Haney. They said that he went skydiving or something like that.
Oh, to get over his fears?
Oh yeah, he went with Israel. He went skydiving.
And they're saying, being a pop store psychologist, that means like there's a part of him, because look, Ryan Garcia has nothing to lose.
Well, they have history. They do have history, Frank.
Yes.
He knows if Ryan's heard it before, he knows it. He's giving him standing 8 counts. So there's something with the power there that he probably remembers. If he hits hard, he remembers, bro.
Yo, they say that Ryan is not la raza in culture. But yesterday he proved he's definitely Latino loco, bro, and so is his mom. He got smushed and you hear his mom, Warrior Garcia.
Oh yeah.
She's like, it's like, and that's when I saw the bodyguard and Bill Haney. We're like, what the fuck, bro? Are you crazy or what?
He freaked them out.
For a second they looked at him like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
And when he started biting his fingers.
It was funny, bro, but there's not much to take. I think what Bill's doing is counterintuitive, because I think he puts undue pressure on Devin, trying to make him something that he's not. He is not a killer. He is not someone that anybody is afraid of approaching in the ring. He's none of these things, and his way of trying to promote his son is backwards, bro. Because I mean, the kid, I've been saying this, you could just promote him based on, look, he's 25 years old. He's been undisputed. He came up to 140. He went 12 zip against the champion. He's the most disciplined fighter in the game. His IQ is gonna make, he's gonna dance circles around you, whatnot, and that's it. With those, and he's got a good personality. He's not a bad kid, you know what I mean? So those are the positive things that he could sell his kid on. But he's trying to sell him on something that he's not. I mean, no, he ain't no Drago, man.
He's trying to appeal to a certain.
If he dies, he dies. Go ahead, BDA.
He's trying to appeal to a certain
demographic.
Strata of that demographic, and they don't want anything to do with him. They're firmly in love with Tank Davis and his outside the ring ways. So it's hopeless for Haney lest he become some sort of a mastermind criminal or whatever. Then maybe they'll like him. But they already made up their minds with Tank Davis. But that's the interesting thing, though, because the guys that have given Haney consistent problems in their fights were Diaz, that's Jojo Diaz, and Lomachenko. Kambosos, what is he? He's a guy that's got no guard. He essentially is Devin Haney without a jab. So obviously Haney's going to outbox him because he's a better fighter. He's got that ramrod jab. Who else? Prograis, again, he's a guy that's got a big left hand and he fights from the outside. Again, no guard, doesn't know how to cut the ring off, doesn't know how to cut the distance off. Garcia, though he may lack a guard like Jojo Diaz and like Lomachenko, nevertheless, he will be walking forward. At least we know that. Now, whether he's dragging his back foot and whether he's slapping with his jab or with his right hand, inconsequential. He does hit relatively hard with the right hand, and that left foot can come either from upstairs or downstairs, and he's gonna be walking Haney down. So I'm expecting. Look, the best hope here is that he really is crazy and that he fights like he's a crazy guy. Because boxing from the outside against Haney, he might have some success because he does know how to use his length, but he has no jab, and his right hand ain't all that good. So from the outside, maybe he can just avoid Haney's offense. But if he wants to win, he has to walk Haney down, and we know Garcia can do it. I mean, he was walking Tank Davis down. He did very well for a round and a half, and even in that 6th round. But that's the problem. Second round, 6 rounds were very good for him. He landed his best shots there against Tank Davis. But that's also the other problem, is in those very same rounds, he got dropped because he became too overzealous. So maybe the more aggressive he gets, the better it is for Haney, who can counter off of Ryan Garcia's wild offense. I don't know, it depends, man. But there is hope here for Garcia. I don't see Haney as being this master boxer. I mean, I hate to say it, but most of the best opponents he's fought, Jorge Linares, Lomachenko, and Prograis, were in the mid-30s. Kambosos is the exception, but then again, Kambosos, I mean, he just got outboxed by that British guy, Maxi Hughes, Maxi Hughes, and Cepeda just beat the shit out of Maxi Hughes. So what does it really say about the Kambosos? Yeah, Kambosos had a win over Selby, and what was the name there? That guy from TMT. I forget the guy's name. Afro Anglo fighter. Those were like split decisions or something. I mean, they were competitive too, right? Mickey Bay, thank you. That's the guy I was trying to remember. Those were highly competitive fights. I mean, I thought Kambosos won them, but they went down to the wire.
No, absolutely. That's why I think it's because of that the mindset that we don't know what the hell Ryan Garcia is on. That would make the difference. I think he has every bit of the physical attributes to really put it on Devin Haney, but just like anything else, if you're not focused on discipline, especially he's gonna have to listen to his corner, which I don't know what the fuck he doesn't want to do so. But if he is to come in and really focus, dial in, then we can see a different side of Ryan Garcia that's gonna prove what I think Haney really is. He is not as good as everybody wants to make him out to be. He's been perfectly matchmade with the right guys to make him look good. And even when he had those guys, he wasn't able to. He was supposed to knock out Gamboa. He was supposed to knock out Linares, and he couldn't do anything with those guys. Jojo Diaz, up to that point, I think Jojo Diaz was his toughest competition before Lomachenko. And Jojo Diaz, if he had power, he probably would have stopped him. But he didn't have the power.
I agree, man. I agree. And that's the other thing, though. It's just, people now are saying, well, Haney hits harder at 140. Why? Because he dropped Regis Prograis. Again, Prograis, when you he's standing there in front of Haney with his hands out. Of course he was going to get hit. You got to have a guard in there. So I don't buy this Haney hype. And that's the other thing. His father is going at it. They keep bringing up Tank Davis, too. Tank Davis this, Tank Davis that. Like, why don't you focus on Ryan Garcia first? Instead of talking about Tank this, Tank that.
Well, that's the thing I said. Devin Haney is manufactured. Ryan Garcia is manufactured. These are two manufactured fighters, and in my opinion, Devin Haney was lucky to get a win against Lomachenko. And did you guys see the workout today? Did you guys catch that by any chance?
Oh, I caught it, bro. I know what you're about to say. I caught it what Ryan Garcia said. I loved it too.
Did you BDA and Sobers? Did you guys see it?
No, I didn't see it, man.
Yeah, he
go ahead.
I was gonna say
Sobers is lying. He didn't see him, man. But yeah, go ahead.
No, they try to bring up. Oh, he beat what Devin Haney did in his last couple of fights, and he's like, "Come on, man." He lost to Loma, and the guys were trying to but man, he lost to Loma, bro. All he did is hit him with a jab a couple times, and then with a body shot. Man, you ain't gonna win no fight like that. Lomachenko was putting pressure on him and everything, bro. They robbed Loma.
Yeah, he said that Haney paid him off. He said Haney paid the judges off. Yeah, he was throwing shots. He was yelling. He was talking over Sergio. He was unhinged. That's why I came on. I was like, damn, it was entertaining, man. I'm getting more excited for this fight just by his antics.
Those guys were not comfortable.
Go ahead,
man. Those guys were not comfortable, bro. Because they're trying to they're golden boys, Devin Haney. And so when he said that, they got off subject real fast. Right after that, they didn't even want to entertain it.
Who were these guys? Who were the reporters?
Frank Mora, Chris Mannix, and Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix. And,
okay.
I think he's like the British black dude. I don't know his name.
Yeah, there's some reporters out there that are really trying. They're really
no.
trying to push Haney out as being this master boxer, American star, and he's not. But that's the other thing, though. It's the fun. That's why I'm enjoying watching the Haney fans going after the Tank Davis fans and vice versa, because they're having this little tug of war between two guys that are overrated, to be frank. But that's the other thing. Bill Haney, though, I got to give him credit because he was getting interviewed by Floyd Hype earlier today. And the guy from Floyd Hype was like, wait, what about, Tank Davis, blah, blah, blah. And then Bill Haney said, well, Tank Davis, I mean, he's never called us out. He's never sent us a contract. Who has he called out? He asked the reporter. And the reporter goes, well, in Tank's defense, he never really calls anybody out. And then Bill Haney goes, there you go. There you go. The guy behind the camera defending Tank Davis. That's what it's come down to. And the other guy goes, no. He starts starring. And I'm thinking, man, that's true. These guys defend boxers nowadays. When they start, there was like that guy that went after Eddie Hearn. When Eddie Hearn was saying the PBC was going down and deteriorating. And the guy goes, yeah, well, what about this fight, Eddie? Or what about he's defending for the fucking PBC? They're not journalists then. Because a journalist is supposed to be objective, and look, if you see that one promotional entity is deteriorating, you're supposed to call it out. But these guys are trying to manipulate and smoke and mirrors and a bunch of shadow play. It's really disgusting the way this YouTube thing has led some guys to act. Like Eddie Sackback too. Eddie Sackback. I'm a journalist. You're not a journalist if you're biased, man. When he's got a hard on for Fury and for McGregor and against Joe Rogan too, and Lord knows who else. The Haney's now. He's going after the Haney. So he's not a reporter, man. He's a fanboy with a camera.
I've seen that. I know what you're talking about with the Eddie Hearn thing. And if you watch the Floyd Hype, that when they're like talking to Ryan, like you're talking about these guys that are interviewing them, like they're getting treated like shit. The team that with Ryan secured or something, they're like telling them get the fuck out the way. They were just getting treated like shit. I'm like, damn, these guys aren't journalists. They're just like they're fans. And they're like asking Haney all these like softball questions. What you gonna do to Ryan, bruh? What you gonna do to him? Like, what is that? You know what I mean?
It reminds me when the Fight Hype thing, people started noticing that back in, I want to say 2009, 2010, Mayweather was gonna fight Mosley. And they do the round table where everybody sits around Mayweather, and each person gets to ask a question, each reporter. So you only get at best maybe you get 2 questions because everyone wants to get their turn. Everyone's asking Mayweather about this, that, the other. The guy from Fight Hype goes, "Hey, Floyd, what outfit you gonna wear? What your outfit gonna look like?" He's like, "Holy shit!" That's what he's asking him for about fashion ideas.
Oh yeah, it was disgusting. They were asking Haney and Ryan about their watches, and Haney's like, "I got this bling bling, and I got this." And like it was just like, "Oh, what the fuck? What kind of
It turns into QVC or something.
Oh man, it was disgusting.
Yo, man, they asking the questions for the youngsters. They just making us look old because we don't want to hear none of that bullshit. But the youngsters they into that shit, man, and maybe the young casuals too. They're gonna be into all that bullshit.
I know it sounds like get off my lawn guys, but no, but the guys were like they're trying to interview Ryan and Devin, and like well, one of the guys said he goes, "Hey Ryan, who you got? You got J. Cole or you got Kendrick?" Like what the fuck? He's asking about some rap beef. Yeah, he was asking like who you got in some rap beef.
And what did Ryan Garcia say?
He said, "I don't know." And then he was like, he just threw out a name, trying to act cool and hip, like he knew better.
He's like, man, I don't listen to that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was just like, I was like, I can't listen to this. Like, I can't take these guys serious. It's like, basically they're bootlicking Haney and they're bootlicking Ryan, and then they're getting treated like shit. Like, they're like, back the fuck up, dude. I told you already. And these guys are like, oh, sorry, bro, sorry. Like, bro, how you gonna be there interview? Yeah, you're there to see them interview, and then just like stand back, like just getting treated like a school. What do you call that? A field trip? Like those motherfuckers like on a field trip and shit. Yeah, yeah. And they're just like, And they're like trying to, hey, Devin, like fans, right? Like, let me ask you a question. And then Devin
that's
comes
gonna
over.
be. That's why that job of going around. Like, have you seen those videos where a guy's in the arena walking and then somebody sees him and they just grab their camera and start following him? It's like, hey, Roy, like let's say Roy Jones. I've seen the one where it was Roy Jones. He was at an event and some guy's just following him around. Roy, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And you know, Jones is gracious enough to give the guy his time, but it's gotta be hell to be walking around an arena and just trying to get as many interviews as you can. And then on top of that, you can't really ask too many good questions, because if you ask one question that's pertinent but that might piss off the guy, then he's gonna blackball you. He'll never talk to you again. So you, essentially, like you're saying, Frank, that's why they got to suck those guys' dick, because they want to get those interviews.
You call them groupies, right? You're basically a groupie. But as a self-respecting man, like I wouldn't grovel just to get like an interview or get a something to like sell people. Like, I don't know, just me personally.
The last time I seen a reporter ask a question that was against the grain, I think was when what's the Spanish guy, man? He asked the question, Devin Haney, when he fought Lomachenko, and he's like, man, what you think of the fans? Thought you lost? They're booing, blah blah blah, and bro, the whole Haney crew were going at the guy, but he was the only guy willing to
boxing media
no
needs
softball question.
No, bro, you're right though, because boxing media needs to step it up, bro. All this kissing everybody's ass.
Yeah, but they select you, man, because like when you submit your thing, they're gonna find out who you are, what you do, what you're preaching. Are you pro me? Are you against me? And that's what they're gonna do. And if you're, if they see that you're
filters, it's too insulated.
So it's not.
Well, that's the other thing,
not
though.
media.
That's the thing, though. But like if you have nothing to hide, or even if you did, like let's say a fighter made a mistake in his career and avoided one guy, or just did something that fans look down upon. Okay, take the heat, man. Still got to answer questions. You still got to take questions from media members and all that. The fact that they refuse to take those questions, the fact like HLD is saying, the fact that they have to filter out and vet that these reporters beforehand is indicative that they're trying to hide something, or that they care too much about the criticism. Fuck it, man. Take the criticism and fight. You prove it in the ring. But that's what I hate. That's why I like the UFC, what they're doing there, where they allow the fans to ask questions. Do you imagine that happening in boxing? People would just bombard these guys with, hey, why aren't you fighting this guy? Why aren't you fighting that guy? And then the fighters would be up there going,
Even the UFC commentary smokes boxing, because when you hear a commentary in boxing, it's all about promoting the house fighter that they're. So that's all you hear, the commentary. Then the other guy who's not the house fighter for them, whatever he does, they don't even mention it, and it's all about what their house fighter is doing. And when you hear UFC comment, you hear Joe Rogan and Cormier over there talking, they're just calling the fight.
No.
What he did here, what he did a nice takedown. That they're not trying to also be like trying to promote the guy like this is the way you're supposed to do things, and trying to lecture everybody that this is what you're supposed to do next. And no, they're just calling the fight down, as what it is, not trying to promote the fighter that's in-house fighter. So UFC is different animal, different game as the way they do things, which is why they're also succeeding more.
That's not entirely true, bro. The commentary in the UFC is getting really ridiculous, it's getting really biased. Joe Rogan is the worst commentator there, dude. Now, all he does is suck off anybody who likes to fucking roll around on the ground. If he's a jiu-jitsu fighter, that's Joe Rogan's favorite fighter. If you ever seen any of Israel Adesanya's fights, watch his fight with Robert Whittaker, the rematch, the second one, dude. Just watch how they're fucking glazing Adesanya, bro. Even when he fought Alex Pereira the first time in the UFC, they were glazing. Everything Adesanya's doing is amazing. He's just great at everything. They got the same problems too as far as commentary goes. It's not as egregious, but
It's not as egregious. Put it that way.
I watch a lot of MMA, bro, and Joe Rogan's fucking ridiculous. He's about it. No, I'm gonna say he's a fucking Timothy Bradley, bro. He's just a white Timothy Bradley, bro.
No,
Timothy Bradley's a retard to me, bro. That dude is.
So is Joe Rogan's a retard to me, bro. Like, I'm for real. They're on the same level, bro. As far as commentating goes, you know who they want to win as the fight goes on. You know what I mean?
And you know what the other problem with this is, though, is like look, I like Virgil Ortiz, but when he refused to take a question from a reporter because that reporter had intimated
Oh yeah, I
that
remember
perhaps
that. Yeah,
he'd
go
had
ahead.
an injury. Yeah, he'd had a nail. He failed to make weight or something like that. Something Virgil Ortiz didn't like. And he says, because of that, you said that I'm not gonna be talking to you. And I'm thinking, man, you're not a superstar, man. Boxers, they're not mainstream stars. We may know who they are, but if you walk Virgil Ortiz down the street, or 99% of the boxers that we see on TV, for example, you walking down the street, nobody's gonna know who the fuck they are. You put Virgil Ortiz in the street, people are gonna go, is he the janitor, or like, what does he do? Like, these guys need reporters. It's a, it's a bit of like a parasitic situation. You need them, they need you. Well, that's not a parasitic situation, but you guys know what I mean. It's a symbiotic relationship, is what I'm saying. And these guys, they don't think that way. Like, for example, Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was infamous for refusing to talk to the media, and even when he would talk to the media, had nothing to say. He's not a flamboyant personality. He doesn't have really an outlandish character, but he also refused to talk to the media. He saw it as a job. Oh, I don't want to do it. Well, look at him now. If he were a star, or if he had a following, which you do, but you cultivate that by talking to the media so that your words get across to the people, he would have a following right now. He could fight somebody, and well, maybe now he can fight in Omaha. He can always fight in Omaha and pack that place up there with the fucking gloves that explode and the commissioners that don't know what's going on.
The Turkey's got him on his radar, man. So we'll see. It looks like he's in negotiations with your excellency now.
There you go. But I mean, even then, he still had it cost him those 7 months because he has no following. He has no people putting the pressure on promoters and all that, saying, "Hey, we want to see Terence Crawford fight." Yeah, his fans don't press him. They're too busy, wrestling with him and going, "Oh my God, look at how strong he is, and his musk. He smells like a man. He gets me excited." It's like, come on, man. You have to talk to.
You don't take no shit.
Yeah, he don't take no shit. I mean, you got to talk to the media, man. You need to. Well, maybe not anymore because of social media, you get rid of the middleman, which is the reporters and all that. But you still, to a certain extent, you still need them. And the fact that there's guys like Crawford who have an antagonistic approach or relationship with the media, that's what I'm saying, man. These guys, they need to start appreciating the media a little bit more, just a little bit.
Yeah, that reporter that was asking Virgil Ortiz that question, I remember it was Ryan O'Hara, and it's because he put when Virgil Ortiz came down with Rabdo, O'Hara was out there insinuating that he was on PEDs, and that's why he got Rabdo, and that's why he gave it. I wish he would have challenged them and made them look stupid, and so
exactly.
Challenge them and they're like, yo, bro, and make them look like, bro, you're not a real reporter. You're out there just, if you're just putting out some TMZ bullshit, call them out on it, make them look stupid. But denying them, I think it was the wrong thing. I think he should have challenged them and cooked them. But he
which reporter are you talking about, bro?
Ryan O'Hara.
Ryan O'Hara? Who does he work with? Who does he run with?
I think he's with. I'm not sure if he's with boxing scene. The kid is got some generic, award-winning for being a reporter, but I don't know how you never heard of him. Ryan O'Hara, man. He's everywhere on Twitter.
The best is when they have these roundtables on Zoom or whatever, and when everyone gets to ask a question, it's like, if you want to ask a question, raise your hand and we'll get to you. So then there's always the same report as the same question. Like, Devin, what does this fight, what does a win on April the 21st mean to you? It's like, come on, man, that's the best you can come up with. What's he going to say? He's like, oh, I'm not all that excited.
What I hate the most, what I hate the most to hear is when you got these reporters that are glazing on Devin Haney, and they're interviewing another fighter that's on the other side of Haney, and the guy's cooking Haney, and then but you do respect Devin Haney, don't you? You do respect him. I'm like, dude, bro, he's telling you fuck Devin Haney, and you want to say if he respects him, bro? Like, stop it, man. These guys glaze. Oh, and that's what it is. It's because they need I think a lot of these writers are trying to they try to build this messiah of a one guy to make him a star, and then hopefully they're the ones who stay in that tight circle to always be the ones to get to interview that one star, and that's and I think that's the rigged part of this game that's going on with these reporters.
But also, what's kind of fucked up though is that the boxers are kind of cringe too though. Like, I remember watching the 24/7 for Bud Crawford and Earl Spence, and Earl Spence was at the Cowboy Stadium. Did you guys see that? It was super cringe because Earl Spence is like, like he didn't. It was just cringe. It was like, bro, you're embarrassing us. Like, Earl Spence was like mumbling
and like the Cowboys were pretending to know who he was. Like, hey, man,
right. You're like world champion Errol Spence.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here to see y'all. I'm gonna keep doing the damn thing for Texas.
And then they were just like, okay, bye, Earl, okay, bye. And he's like, bye. Yeah, catch me on June July. Oh, you know what's super cringe? If y'all see, like, Devin Haney was in the grocery store talking like this old black man. He's like, what's up, young blood? And Devin Haney's like, what's up, boo? Like, it was just cringe. He's like, oh, you saw the Tank Davis? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, oh, you mean Ryan? Oh, yeah. And he pretended to know. It was just like, these guys, I don't know, they need some training, you know? Like Benavidez, you know, everybody was crucifying him for that, and he was super cringe. You know?
When?
Like,
when was he cringe?
When they were interviewing him a couple weeks ago, you know, everybody made a big deal. He was drunk. He's like, yeah. Like, he's cringe too. David is kind of cringe. So, you know, it's part of their fault too. You know, I don't know. I mean, like, Broner was charismatic. You know, I'm not, but he was okay. Broner was okay. But other than that, I can't really think of any boxer that's like actually well spoken, can hold a conversation. You know, even for Canelo, like, he speaks Spanish, so it's hard to, you know, really get a gauge on him. Probably Oscar's the best one, but then he's super like he's Oscar. He's always, you know, saying crazy stuff.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, though. It's because, you know, I was saying earlier that they need to have a good relationship with the media and really try to get as much publicity as possible. But then again, there's guys that, like you said, if they have nothing to say, then you can't force them to try to be charismatic. I remember in the UFC, after McGregor became famous, there was this wave of guys that were trying to really amp it up at the press conference and all that, and it was cringe because it's inorganic. And at the same time, it's in boxing, the same thing. Like, well, you can't fake it, so just be yourself and then deliver in the ring. But that's the other problem. Like somebody else was saying, that these journalists, they suck off these safety first fighters with their ass style, and they try to paint them as if they're masterpieces, as if they're boxing masters. Like, oh, he boxes his way to a majestic 12-round decision. Meanwhile, you watch the fight, and the guy's running around, grabbing, shaking his ass, and it's boring. And then people walk away from the fight. Who was it that told me that? Was it I'm Your Leader that said he went to the Haney Prograis fight, and he said that midway through the fight, people were talking amongst each other. They weren't even really paying attention to the fight anymore because every round was the same thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, I remember Larry Merchant roasted Floyd Mayweather after a fight. I think it was Carlos Valdemir, and people were walking out the arena, and Larry Merchant had called him out on it and said
he was crying afterwards.
Yeah. He was talking about, well, you don't. I don't know if that was the you don't know shit about boxing one. Was that the one where?
That was after the Ortiz fight.
Oh, where he actually grabbed the mic, because I know they got into it a couple times.
But your point remains the same. Yeah, after the Baldomir fight, people were walking out for the ball. You know what? You know why he was crying too? Because Tiger Woods was there, and I think Michael Jordan was there too, and they walked out before the fight even ended. So his heroes,
they walked. I never heard of that.
His heroes walked out. That's why he was probably. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds like the possibility that's why he was crying. The highly possible, because he's looking up to these guys. He's like, okay, you guys are the pinnacle at the top of your sport. I'm at the top of the sport. I'm going to show you how it's done. And in his mind, a boring decision is the pinnacle of boxing. That's why he was crying afterwards.
Yeah, for them, that's a masterpiece, right? Like, bore the fans of tears, and that's a masterpiece. And then, like you're saying, they want us to believe that's what people are paying to watch. Like, he's so elite that it was the guy didn't throw no punches back. Like, nah, bro. Like, I want to see blood and guts. You know.
Well, it's the clinching.
Go ahead.
It's the clinching. It's really the clinching that really pisses me off. Because can you really box your way to a decision without clinching? Because if you can't, I want to see that happen. I want to see the ref say, hey, no more clinching. Again, I reiterate, Klitschko versus Jennings. Klitschko made a career out of holding and making ugly fights. And finally, when he fought Brian Jennings by the 8th or 9th round, I forget which one, the referee finally deducted a point from Klitschko. So Klitschko could no longer hold, and all of a sudden the fight became much better. Because now it became a fight. Okay, now you can clinch. What the fuck are you going to do? Can you fight on the inside? Are you tired? What's going on here? But when these refs allow these guys to butt shot and clinch their way to a decision, I hate that. It makes for a boring fight, and that's why the sporting part. That's why the sport goes down.
Does Devin Haney break his own record of 58 holds versus Kambosos this Saturday?
I think he will. I think he will. You know, I get a feeling that because, like I said, I think Ryan's gonna rush him.
Yeah,
he's gonna walk past that jab in certain instances, and you're gonna see Haney go, "Oh shit, what do I do against this guy?" He's gonna grab him, and he probably has experience after those Diddy parties. I don't know.
That's the other thing about Haney is, we said it before. I'm not a fan of his style. Like, I'm just not. I want to see him lose. I think that's why I'm rooting for Ryan so much, because I think if Haney loses, it'll be better for boxing.
Bro, he fights like Richardson Hitchens, bro.
Worse,
worse. I was trying to give Devin, coming up the last few years, trying to give this young man the benefit of the doubt. And when he fought Linares for those first 10 rounds, I was like, okay. I mean, I know you're not buzzing the guy, but you're hitting him with everything you got, and at least you're letting your hands go, and you're engaging. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, and I think ever since he got that clip, he's hesitant again about letting go of punches number 3, 4, and 5. You see a lot of 1-2s, but he doesn't stay in the pocket to throw 3, 4, and 5. And I don't think he's going to do that this Saturday, because if he does that, he will get clipped by Ryan.
Oh my gosh. One of the worst fights I ever seen was the Andre Ward fight. I was actually there. I'm not going to even say which one it was, but it was one of the most dreadful fights because he just slowed the pace. He just grabbed, held, nut blowed, uppercuts on the inside, and people just were walking out. Like, people really get sick of it. They're like, yeah, you're good, but I don't give a shit. It'd be like in basketball, 50-50. People want to see action. They don't want to see a guy dribble for 30 seconds and then throw up a shot. In football, they want to see people pass and hit. They don't want to see you run and milk the clock. And that's almost essentially what Devin Haney does. They said Floyd would do that. Watch the interview with Andre Berto. Did you guys ever see that? How he said it was frustrating fighting Floyd Mayweather?
I don't, but I do remember Devin Haney doing that with Kambosos, man. I was like, dude, 30 seconds would go in the fight and not a punch thrown.
Berto said that Floyd would hit you, grab you, and look at the clock. And wait to come get broke up, hit you, grab you, look at the clock. He's like, and I'm waiting for this guy to throw a punch. He just won't throw a punch. So I throw a punch, and then why even continue? Because he's going to grab me. That's why he said he would just lay there. If you watch the Berto fight, he would just lay there with his hands out, like, okay, like, let's get this over with. I don't think Berto went around.
See, that's the ass style right there, man. Peak ass style right there. And it's interesting, man, because you mentioned Andre Ward. I got a question for you guys, and then I'll tell you why I'm asking it. How do you interpret this? You put your fist out, to fist bump somebody, and instead of fist bumping you back, they put their hand over your fist, their open hand.
It's a little sus.
Who does that?
Well, that's why I want to. Okay, so here I'm watching the Juan Manuel Marquez get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So he's reading out his speech, and next to him are Andrew Ward, Hopkins, some other fighters. So he finishes his speech. Everyone's clapping. He goes back. He walks back to his seat, so he has to pass by everybody. So he fist bumps, this guy, and then Andrew Ward, instead of fist bumping him back, he just taps him with his palm. He taps him on the fist. I'm thinking, is that some sort of, like, I don't know if that was some sort of power move or something. It's like, no, I'm not gonna, it's like rock, paper, scissors. I'm not gonna fist bump you back. I'm gonna actually put my hand over yours. It's like, I'm dominating this little thing we're doing here.
Did he do it?
Maybe I'm paranoid, man.
Did he do it to a non-black BDA?
Well, I don't know, because again, it was Marcus is the one that was fist bumping everybody.
Oh, that's weird.
So I mean, in other words, everyone fist bumped him back except for Andrew Ward.
Yeah, it could be a one-upping kind of a sign, like, yeah, I'm dominating this.
Yeah, maybe, man. Yeah, you're right. But then again, Marquez hates Canelo, and Canelo's Irish. So is Andrew Ward. So maybe Andrew Ward was defending Canelo a little bit, like, hey, man, I ain't gonna show you respect.
A little bit.
But Andre Ward wants to be the #1 Irish fighter, BDA. That's why he hates on Canelo.
That's true. There
can only be one.
I never saw him wear the Irish flag, did he? Never had
Well, I mean,
dual trunks.
I've never seen his father, man. That's about the whitest guy you'd ever meet, man. And the fact that Andre Ward is still trying to play up another different angle, a more urban angle, is you gotta wonder why that was about. It's almost as if he got the message from above, from the corporate, like, hey, this is gonna be the new thing, man. You gotta hide your, like Talcum X, that dude. You look at a photo of his parents; they're both white. Then you look at him when he was a kid; he was like this blonde kid. Now all of a sudden you see him; he's got the fucking fade. He's got a little mustache. It's amazing that people actually think that guy's an Afro-Anglo.
Yeah, are you talking about Sean King, right?
Exactly that dude, yeah.
And that's even, I bet it's a fake name, bro. That sounds like a fake name.
Yeah, it does, eh?
Sean King, shut the fuck up. I ended with the SH, with the SEAN, not the SHWN.
Hey, by the way, did you guys see, speaking of Tank Davis, he's getting into it with Shakur Stevenson now on Twitter.
No,
Yeah, that was kind of fun to watch. He called him a faggot.
Oh,
For what?
Yeah, Shakur, bro.
Pull it up, Frank.
I'm on my phone. I can't do it on here.
Hell no.
You can put it on the screen, right? Like you can share screen.
Let me see. Yeah.
It was funny. And Shakur called him out on his shit as it is, man. You haven't fought
wearing
nobody.
purses and shit and hugging Diddy, or
I was with it. I was with it.
Is that my fucking account?
Tank deleted a tweet saying that he has now a 6-7 fight deal, and then he said, "You're in it, little bro," and then he deleted it.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that he's got a 6-7 fight deal. Come on.
So were
I mean, maybe they 360 them. Maybe they 360 them. You know what I mean? But shit, who the hell signs a 6-7 fight deal, man?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
So the fight. So they were tweeting. Was there anything about a fight, or was just tweet?
Well, Shakur himself was telling him, "Yo, man, are we gonna make this fight or not?" Here,
I'm looking at some of these tweets, bro, and some of them have already been deleted by Davis.
Oh, there you go. He always does it.
When did it start? This morning or yesterday?
No, this afternoon.
My shit on the screen.
Okay, let me pull it up. That's like we're never gonna see Haney, Tank Davis. We're never gonna see Shakur. Like that's what I was saying. This could have been a great era with all these fights, and none of these guys fight each other. That's the most frustrating thing. That's what I'm talking about. These guys are manufactured. This is a super fight, but it's not necessarily a super fight. How do you guys think it's gonna do? Do you think it's gonna do well? What's your pulse on it, BDA? Since you're more spread out.
Well, first of all, I'm not spread out.
Damn, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He said the man was.
BDA has a larger.
Yeah, you're just spread out. I mean, hey, BDA, I know you're bent over and spread out. Who do you like? Come on, man. What the fuck? But yeah, but I am #RNOTV, so I will say this.
He has special guests. BDA is connected, man. So what do you hear?
It's not gonna do well. Either at the box office, pay-per-view, or at the gate.
That's what you're hearing?
I mean, tell me the last time a fight struggled to sell at the gate and then did well on pay-per-view.
That's a hell of a point. Is it?
I mean, there must be an exception, but I don't remember it.
I'm talking about this, not even.
See,
you're right about that. You're right about that. I think it does better. It does a little better on the pay-per-view side than what we see that is doing on the gate. Because at the gate, they still at about 50% only sold, I think.
Damn, that's just bad. Yeah,
But does this fight do better? Does this fight do better pay-per-view numbers than Tank Frank Martin?
Here we go.
Yeah, definitely. I think it hits 500,000, 400, 500,000.
That's what I'm thinking too, Frank.
Yeah, maybe it does better than. Yeah.
Can y'all see it right in the chat?
Yeah, we also see your tabs, the tabs that are open in your computer.
Oops, let me get that.
I'm kidding.
Let me delete that gay army porn tab.
Sober's got his side pieces up there. Better hide them. Got that OnlyFans tab. It's a cooking show, though, right? So what happened, man?
I'm not trying to really jump on Davis's timeline, right? But this is where basically the little conflict starts. You know, he says something about you little bum ass. Wait your turn.
Well, you gotta say it. You gotta translate it correctly. You gotta say it how it's supposed to be said.
Come on, man. Let's get that Ebonics voice going.
Exactly,
sir. Sit your little bum ass there and wait your turn. Wait my turn. I hope the fans catch on to what you're saying because I hear you loud and clear. Like I said, you was under my wing until you started calling my name, letting niggas around you hype you up. You even did an interview saying I wouldn't fight you. When you know that's wait. This is hard to read. Hold on.
Hey man, you were right, bro. Just the way he stumbled, he would have stumbled too. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. You even did an interview saying I wouldn't fight you when you know that's when I knew you was a cornball. Them niggas couldn't even keep up with my workouts back then. How the fuck you telling me these kids fucking with me?
But you know what I understand? Like Gervonta Davis goes, "Wait your turn," as if he's some sort of a mega payday. Now again, I know somebody the Tank Davis fans are gonna say, "Well, wait a minute. If he's not a big payday, then why these guys keep mentioning him?" Because at least it's Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis. These are the fights to make. But that doesn't mean that Tank Davis is a Canelo, Anthony Joshua type fighter that he commands these mega million paydays. He's not even. Can anybody remind me? Because I forget. What does Tank Davis usually get paid? What's the average payday for him when he fights?
I don't know. I don't think he's making. I think he was making like.
I think he makes a base pay. I think versus Barrios, if I was not mistaken, it was a base pay of 1.5 plus everything else on the back end.
Yeah, he wasn't making. He wasn't making $3 million a fight. I don't think.
Yeah, everything was based off pay-per-views.
Yeah, because the pay-per-views do horribly. So they do horrible. So let's be generous. Let's say he's doing $3 million a fight. Hey, that's good money. There's a lot of boxers out there fighting in clubs and non-televised fights that would love to have that money. But that's not Canelo, Anthony Joshua type money. So I don't understand why and his fans keep pushing that idea that, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Haney, they need to come see me. Like, who the fuck are you? And let's see how much, like HLD was saying, how much is that Frank Martin card gonna do?
Yeah, what's Frank Martin getting? Like $500K?
I don't think so,
Frank Martin.
That's too much. That's too much. I think we're gonna see him go back down to 200.
When you're the A side, if you're Tank Davis, you need to be paying your opponents their highest payday, like Canelo does. I mean, that's ultimately what it means to be the A side, is that your opponent gets the payday of their life, and from what I understand.
Well, if Shakur was if Bob Arum was offering Martin, was it $1 million or $1.2 million?
It was $250K. That's how much he was going to fight against Shakur. So I don't know how much he's being offered to fight Gervonta Davis, but yeah, the number for him was against Shakur was $250K.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Oh no, it was $1 million because he said
$1 million. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was $1 million. I think it was $1.2 million.
Your biggest payday before that. My bad. You're right.
Right. I think it was $1 million or $1.2 million. But I know it's right. I know it's not less than $1 million,
bro.
And then so I mean, did they play him like they played Rolly and take him off Ryan Garcia to make a less payday versus Tank? You know what I mean? Because that's what happened with Rolly. Rolly could have fought Ryan and would have made a lot more money than what he made with Barroso. I mean, Pitbull Cruz. I'm sorry.
So what did Shakur? So he responds and he says, "Blah blah blah. Anything but setting up a fight with me and stop lying, nigga. You can't stand to see me niggas." What he say? Can't stand to see niggas winning.
Yeah, this shit's hard to fucking read, right?
I'm the most loyal nigga on the planet. I wish I could get it past to say it. I'm just reading, guys. On the planet game, it ain't never been a nigga able to hype me up to do something. I'm ready to fight soon as you say the word, lil bruh. Damn, he sunned him, huh?
He's calling. Yeah, he's pulling his card right here, Brian. Right? He's pulling his card right here when he's saying that. I'm ready to fight as soon as you say the word, little guy.
Little guy. That was Libra.
He said on game.
Davis saying them Houston niggas give you some nuts, huh?
Oh.
Anything but fight. Okay, little bruh. And now Davis probably responded to him with the
I see. Yeah.
Perfect enough said, and he tagged him. You can see right here, Gervonta status. Tell your favorite fighter to fight me and bet your house on it. You're gonna lose it all. LOL. All right. Well, let's not go too far, bro.
Well,
so did he delete the one that he called him rainbow He deleted that.
He
one.
deleted something. He said.
You can't say that anymore. I don't think that's probably why he deleted it. That's offensive.
Yeah, he deleted that tweet like.
Is he still fighting that Harbanusian guy? Shakur still fighting him?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Look, don't be fooled into these dudes like acting like they're fucking hard, bro.
There you go.
Don't these guys fool you, act like they're fighting hard. Look, okay, so look, Frank Martin lost against this dude basically, right, in his last fight. He kind of got the win. It was controversial. And now they're fighting those guys. They're fighting Frank Martin. Now he's fighting the where's that dude's from? Armenia? I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But the best fighters in the
was
world
struggling.
are these two these guys fighting, bro. Come on. Why aren't they fighting each other in the same weight class?
Well, because they said Shakur is on his this is his last fight with Top Rank. So, I had said before, he's not going to he wanted Navarrete or Lomachenko. And I had said they weren't going to give him that fight, especially after this stinker, to basically give him, how would you say that, right? Like, make him a star before he leaves.
No, they're not going to allow him to get the opportunity to take
yeah.
any more belts with them without having a concrete deal with Bob Arum. So I don't know what Shakur going to do, because I don't think he's going to get a much better offer anywhere else with the opportunities that Top Rank has for him, because he does have a Navarrete and a Lomachenko. I'm skipping ahead that these guys are going to whoop Kambosos and the other guy. So those are the next two champions that Top Rank is going to have. So what is Shakur going to do? Unless if he goes to Matchroom, it's because he's going to go to 140.
Oh, man, that would be,
That's the only reason.
Say that. If Eddie Hearn opens up the pocketbook and signs him, man, that dude would get manager of the year or promoter of the year, right? He makes that signing. But then what do you do with them? Because who can who will be a good matchup for Shakur Stevenson? As far as politics go, because you always got to factor in the politics and what fighters are in that stable. And what I would like, if it was perfect, I would like to see Shakur versus El Rayo. That'd be a hell of a fight, the guy who just beat what's his face, Colbert.
I think he needs to run it up again with De Los Santos, man. I think
that should have been this fight.
That's what should happen, and fight him again and take the naysayers out of it. That because man, he stunk it up that night. Granted, he had a busted hand, but
I don't know how you guys feel, but I think Frank Martin gives Tank Davis some problems. It's not an easy fight. I don't know.
Everybody gives Davis problems, bro. He's not that good.
He's just gonna catch you with that one hitter quitter, and that's what he's doing. That's why he's the fighter who throws the least amount of punches per round in all of boxing.
Yo, so I jumped on Davis's Twitter, right, and I almost had a brain aneurysm trying to read his fucking tweets.
Go ahead.
So we got DJ Flo talking about Nuga beat Jermell Herring, who is 40, talking about Stevenson. And Davis goes, he's not going to tell y'all he sparred every champion fought and knew they was easy work. He's a cold bitch. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. And this is the tweet you might have been looking for, because Stevenson says to him, nigga, you can't beat me. I promise you. Niggas who know, and we gonna hit the bank on that night on everything I love. I ain't even got to no more back and forth before you hit me when you trying to lock in soft ass nigga. I ain't even got no more back and forth with you hit me when you trying to lock in soft ass nigga. That's what he said. And that's when he said he was under my wing, whoop-de-whoop. One thing I learned from my real pops, his Puerto Rican dad, you don't need no gang, no one. I'm a one-man army. Them niggas that quick to click up, straight bitches.
Damn, them fighting words.
Grown adult, there it is. Man. Isn't that like a double negative or some shit? Grown adult. Why wouldn't you just say grown man or adult man, bitch? Okay, so anyways, so grown adult men arguing online is boring and out of hand. You fuck with a faggy. Shut the fuck up. So who's the faggy? Who's he talking about when he say that? No,
but it was Shakur who called him a faggy.
Well, who's he talking about when he says this? Because she's talking
about to that guy. A grown man adult arguing online is boring. So he's responding to that guy.
Yeah, but that's the grown man that's following it. Like, You just look right. You know, like people say, "Oh, you're just a YouTuber. You're just talking on YouTube." Like,
So he
bitch, you're
called her
here
chick a
too.
faggy. So,
Hey,
but I
that's
mean, if you look
low.
at the name God's favorite, it sounds like one of these dudes down here too. You know,
Yeah,
that
but
guy's
you
out
know
here.
what?
That'd
Like
be
the
that'd be a
Haney,
tattoo. That'd be someone's tattoo across your chest, across your collarbone, bro. God's favorite.
right? His love son. You know what
And then,
though?
like, a
These guys got
street
their
sign.
right. These guys got their own like little community. You know, these guys they go back and forth. They'll go 4 hours talking about these fights. You know,
And what
I'm
they don't
just
get,
like,
they only appease to a very small part of a big community of boxing fans out there and casuals. They're only appeasing a certain demographic when they're on that wannabe gangster shit that they're trying to do. You know, and it doesn't fly. They're not gonna grow. It's not gonna catch viral. They're not gonna get to do what crazy Ryan Garcia did with his demographics of weirdos that he's appeasing to. You know what I mean? They're not catching on like that. Even though Tank has maybe more celebrities that know who he is. You know what I mean? And follow him. That I can say he does have. So you know he may have the more A-list, you know, fans, if you will. But at 200,000 pay-per-views per fight, bro, that's you're not who you think you are.
yeah, I think like a couple of weeks ago they were bringing that Anui should fight move up to fight Tank Davis noise again. Yeah, this guy Tank Davis, man. I mean, is he ever gonna fight a real fight? You know, Devin Haney, at least he fought Lomachenko. I mean, I could give him that. You know, Tio fought Loma. Like, that's fucked up. That Loma's the only guy that fought some of the top guys. Well, these guys, Tank Davis, Shakira, and Haney, they don't fight each other. That, you know, I've been saying this for like 3 years now. You know, and Ryan's doing it. You know, I know we hate Ryan Garcia, you know, but he's fought Tank Davis, and now he's fighting.
Nuts than these guys, bro. Yeah, they're not. They don't have any nuts, bro. They don't want to put anything on the line.
And Shakur was calling out Ryan Garcia, asking for the fade. Say, hey, and it was, even if he lost. Yeah, remember that? Yeah,
you're gonna fight me, bro. You sounded like a fucking lame, bro. He's like, come on, promise me you gonna fight me next, though. Like, even if you lose, you gonna fight me. Like, bro, you sound desperate as fuck.
He sounded like one of those guys that's going after a girl, and he's like, and she goes, "Nah, I don't want to. Come on, don't leave me with a heart, baby. Come on, don't leave me like this. Like, come on, man. That's the thing. These guys are overhyped and overrated, man. That's what they are.
And Shakur has no need for that, bro. If he just played his cards right, he would have signed again with Top Rank. Wait till Cambosos and Navarrete, because you know Byron was gonna put him up against those guys. He's gonna dry them, you know, out of everything he can out of them to make the most amount of money. So I mean, I don't know what the kid is doing, but he doesn't need to go through all that. Unfortunately, right now the landscape of boxing is what it is. Loma's gonna try to get a belt. The other guy's trying to get another belt. But all the belts are gonna be in the house, you know, except for Tank Davis's. So I don't know what I don't know what Shakur's trying to, you know, he's acting too desperate and he's showing his immaturity with that.
Well, he said he retired. I mean, how much more do we? The way he fights, and then, you know, look, man. They say, you know what it is, man. You know, certain people in your chat, BDA, they think he's a, you know what, they think he's a generational talent, and that's what they say about Haney. They call these guys generational talents, and I've never seen it. When I seen Shane Mosley, I say, yeah, he was a generational talent. Even Zab Judah to a certain extent, although he did have good wins, but I'm talking about speed, power. Grit, the way, you know, Bud Crawford, you know, I call him Crawford, but I still say he's a generational talent, but I don't see it with these other guys. I don't see it. I thought I seen it in Teofimo, but then I don't know. We got to see more, but go ahead, BDA.
Yeah, I was rewatching a Duran documentary, Roberto Duran, obviously, and the adulation that this guy gets, not only because of what he did, but how he did it. He went after his opponents, man, balls out, all out style, but of course with all that action, but with some defense, you know. That's why he was able to get over 100 wins. You don't do that at the highest level unless you got some defense. You can't fight that aggressively if you got shit defense, and he did it. And anytime, or almost anytime he goes to a public function and there's other fighters around and they announce him, they all get a warm reception. Duran almost always gets the highest and the best, loudest reception. That's what these guys don't understand. These guys are too obsessed with getting that bag. They're too obsessed with getting that bag, and they're too obsessed with making the most amount of money by taking the least amount of punches, which I can understand. I'm not saying you gotta sacrifice your health for us, but you do have to put on a bit more action performance. You know, if you have the speed and the power advantage, then use it. String together a couple of combos. But this ass style, one punch at a time, running around the ring, shaking their asses and holding, doesn't entertain anyone. Well, maybe it entertains some weirdos, but overall, man, you gotta do a little bit more, man. Because let me tell you, Andrew Ward. You mentioned Andrew Ward. This dude, he told reporters, "Hey, when they start talking boxing or criticize him, stay in your lane." That's what he said. Stay in your lane. Okay. He said the same thing to fans, in other words, indirectly, by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna fight the way I want to fight." Guess what? After you're done boxing, nobody remembers you anymore. That's why he's trying to peddle his autobiography. No one's buying it because nobody really cares about the guy. He was never beloved. So yeah, he fought the way he wanted to, and he made his money. But guess what? Now he has to live with the consequences. That's what these youngsters have to understand.
The youngster, tell him, BDA. No, facts. You mentioned something about Durant. Did you see Tyson paying homage recently? He actually bowed to Durant. I don't know if it was in Saudi Arabia, but they were promoting the Tyson Paul fight, and he bowed and kissed his ring. It was just recent.
Well, that's if you ever heard Mike Tyson, there's a podcast how he's talking, and he's talking about, look, man, when he was growing up, he saw Muhammad Ali, and he's just a beautiful man and this and that, but he couldn't be him. And then he saw Roberto Duran, the devil, a mean motherfucker, and they said, that's who I want to be. That's what I want to be. I want to be feared, and that's his game comes from Roberto Duran, and so if he paid any homage recently now over there with because you saw what the Turkey did. Roberto Duran just has a pacemaker put in 3 weeks ago, bro, and he flew him out over there to Saudi or whatever. They're having this 5x5 fight to pay him homage. So he's beloved by the greats of the greatest of our game, and it's for a reason.
Yeah, he's boxing royalty, man.
And it goes back to also what you're saying, BDA, in the style, and that's why I said a loss would be good for Haney, because Manny Pacquiao suffered a loss, and so he had to fight the fights. He did not have an easy road. Who else? Oscar De La Hoya took a loss, and so he had to keep fighting the fights. Blood, guts, Morales, Barrera, all these guys fought because they lost. So once you take a loss, even Costa Zoo takes a loss, have to bounce back. Zab Judah lost, and then he had to bounce back. Imagine if Zab Judah would have built a 30-0 record like some of these guys. He might have took that the road less traveled, the path of least resistance.
Absolutely, and it's very true. I mean, that's why there is such thing having the pressure of keeping that up when you get to a certain point. And Haney's gonna start feeling that pressure about right now, because when he's fighting and he's getting bombarded, what's in the back of his mind, man. Oh my God, what they're gonna say if I lose my own? You know what I mean? He has that on the back of his mind always, and so there is a psychology that comes with that if you don't know how to deal with that shit, it's gonna torment you.
Tim Tszyu just took a loss. Who else just took a loss? Teofimo took that loss, took that L, and you just got to take it. But it helps boxing, if that makes sense.
Well, that's a thing, though. I think that the promoters know that. That's why they always maintain the O with the Afro Anglos, because a lot of these guys don't have that organic support, and so it's about marketing them around the O. Whereas with guys like Tszyu, Jesus Ramos, and all that, they can lose, but I mean, they're gonna come back. And Ruben Olivares, for example, he's still another one of those members of boxing royalty, especially in Mexico, because he would fight an all-out style. He could box, but he didn't want to. He went out there and got it, man, and he would lose fights on cuts, and then he would come back and beat the other guy up again, and get the revenge win. And that's why he was beloved, because perfection is boring, man. People want to see a guy go get it. All action style, and he might lose. Okay, that makes him more entertaining, and then he comes back, and that makes his career even greater. But this perfection thing, they're trying to sell the product of perfection, and this ain't art. All right, this ain't math. This ain't medicine. Where I want, if I'm gonna go get surgery, I want as much perfection as possible. But this ain't it, man. This is boxing.
Yeah, they want to
architect. It rarely works. And I'll give you an example. It rarely works. I remember you know, we used to say UK bums because they would build up these glossy records and then they would get exposed. Like Ricky Hatton, right? He was like 35 and fucking 0. And then he comes and gets beat, you know? So that building in the O, it's actually, it actually, like we were saying, hurts the fighter because they start feeling that pressure. Got to keep, and then you're gonna fight more safe, right? You want to take less risks, you know. But once you take that, then it's like, well, fuck. Like a Caleb Plant, right? He lost. Now he has to come back and fight all these tough fights, like Boo Boo Andrade, right? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, like Boo Boo Andrade, right? Like that guy was he was terrible, but it was like that. And then like you're saying that Afro-Anglo community, they could always say that because he ain't lost. It's like, bro, we seen him fight. Now he's lost. Now they say he's gonna have to come against Morrell. Like, good. See, that's what we're talking about. This is what we want to happen. But go ahead.
No, but you're right, because look, they have to market these guys. They have to market the O around these guys. Oh, he's undefeated. Yeah, he's boring, but then, Butcher said the same thing. He's like, yeah, he's boring, but that's because he's so good. That's why it's because he's so good. He's a perfectionist. That's why the fights are boring. No, it's because he's boring, and they have to bend the rules with the clinching and the judges to get him a win. For example, Haney already should have a loss, like you guys already said. So he already should have a loss. Christopher Hitchens should have lost 2 Saturdays ago. Frank Martin should have a loss. You know, but they help these guys out either with the judges or with the referees. So because again, Christopher Hitchens, how the fuck are they going to promote this guy? The only thing they've got is the O. Hey, listen, this guy is undefeated, guys. You should really watch him because he's at the top of his game. If he's got a loss, can you really do that now? He's a boring guy that's already got a loss. How are you gonna? He's not fun to watch. How are you gonna promote that? At least with the 0, you got a little something going.
Yeah, I think little by little you're starting to see people turning against that style and wanting to give the guy praise. You know, you're seeing it more and more. Hitchison took a beating for that bullshit. You know, I mean, he should have been humble and said, look, I'm just gonna go back to the gym and work and try. But no, he wanted arrogantly push like he did something more than what, I don't know who the fuck he thought was watching the fight for him. But we all saw him lose that fight. But I think more and more the fans are turning against that. We want to be entertained. That's the point of this. At the end of the day, we want to be entertained, and there's no way of being entertained by watching that shit. You know, the hug fest, the running around, the jump back defense, bro. That's not even defense, bro. That's like playing. That's not defense, bro. That you literally jumping backwards. It's like playing tag or it or something. You're trying to avoid somebody. That's not defense. You know what I mean? And running around all 4 corners. No, man. That's not. They gotta stop that shit. You know, even in the UFC, if a guy's on top of a fighter and there's no action really going on, no, get your ass up, bro. We got to get you guys fighting. You ain't gonna lay on the guy for 5 minutes. You know, so they got to do something in boxing where a guy has to throw a minimum amount of punches, and that you cannot run in circles no more than two corners of of the ring. You know what I mean? Because bro, you think they're shadow boxing.
Well, I'm gonna end it with this. I want to thank everybody. Get your last shots out, but go ahead, mediate, and then I'm gonna say what I was saying. Hopefully, everybody. I gotta go, man. Thank you.
We're just getting started.
I know. Damn.
BD is using them 5 hour lives, 6 hour lives.
Nah. No, but I was gonna say real quick. Yeah, that whole thing about we need to change the rules. I mean, not change the rules. Excuse me. See, I'm actually getting hypnotized. We need to enforce the rules that already exist in order to make the sport as more aesthetically as pleasing as possible. Because some people, there's people out there, people tell me in the Discord that there's a subset of fans that they love the clinching, they love the running. For them, that's actual boxing. Well, I don't know who they are, but that's what they tell me. But I'm thinking, look, man, if you enforce the rules, like for example, if a guy runs around the ring for 30 seconds at a clip and then throws 1 punch and then goes back to running and when I say running, I'm talking moving non-stop for 30 seconds and then stopping to throw a punch or clinch and then moving again for another 30 seconds. There should be a rule where the referee should enforce, like, hey, man, action. You're avoiding the action. That's against the rules. Now, how does he do that? Well, we need to come together as fans and really try to come up with as close a determination as possible of what running is. But ignoring the subject or actually distorting the subject and saying, nah, that ain't running, man, that's boxing. That really hurts the sport, man. We really need to get together as fans and come up with a set of guidelines that can be followed properly.
And I think and what I was gonna say is Inui said it. Remember he caught a lot of flack for what he said.
he said Americans basically have no heart. Do you guys remember when he said that? He said a quote.
He said they
have no heart. They don't like to get hit.
Exactly. He said it. But, you know, it's lost in translation. But we know what he was talking about. Come on. Let's not play dumb.
He's calling Fulton a back foot bitch, bro. Yeah.
But thank you guys. Where can everybody BDA? What you got cooking? You gonna be cooking with grease, Mr. BDA?
Cooking with extra virgin olive oil.
Some
you got hypnotized.
Some what are those called? Cutlets
Trudeau
and
got him, bro. Trudeau got him.
Well, okay.
Wait, what
never
happened?
sober. I'm gonna end it. So I'm asking when can we find BDA cooking with grease this week?
Probably Open Lines Friday.
Okay. Sober said you're doing a 24-hour stream on Saturday. Is that for this fight? Is that true?
Nah, that's not. I don't know, man. I have to talk to Butch, man. He'd probably handle that.
Okay. So BDA, best boxing show, and everything goes.
Come on.
Free smoke on Friday. Hey, it's all good. Thank you. Last word, BDA.
Well, that's it. That's all I wanted to say, man. Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you for joining. Sobers, where can they find you? Let them know.
I just type in Ever Sobe After Hours, I guess. I'm not sure where I'm gonna be going live at yet.
But Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'm going live for the fights. Yeah.
Subscribe to BDA. Never Sobers. HLD. What you got cooking?
Man, I'm about to cook some pork chops and Nah, man. Hey, man. You know, thank you for having me on, Frank.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you guys here on the panel, man. It was good chopping it up.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's get ready for this Ryan Garcia. Hopefully, nothing crazy happens. BDA wants it to be a bizarre, something bizarre to happen. But yeah, I'm excited now. I don't know. I think Ryan Garcia is being hilarious, and he's doing his best to sell the fight. So let's hope something crazy happens. But all right, guys, thank you for joining. Like, comment, subscribe. Just give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Pounds, Ghost, Hawker, El Matador, Earl Stevens, 18th Street Vato. Like BDA says, if I miss anybody, T Swoof, Monstro, Knockout Ned, HLD, Never Sobers, YTD Set Legend, BDA. All right, guys, thank you. And we'll see what's up. Maybe I might do something. I don't know, but we'll definitely do something Sunday. The aftermath. It's been fun, man. I don't know if you guys are gonna buy the fight, but I think we'll all be tuned in. And Frank Bay is out.
I just took a fat shit on a small toilet, and I wanted to remind you that you can do hard things. I just took a fat
Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer.
Boy, you don't get no pussy, boy.
Nigga, I fucked this bitch last night though.
Who? That's how you fucking. How you fucking? She was tatted on the back of her booty.
There's the left right. Romero in trouble along the ropes. For the second time in the fight, Romero barely standing. There's a left hand by Cruz. Romero retreating, eats another left and right. Esau Cruz teeing off on Rolling Romero. Flush shots to the face. Final 20 seconds of the 7th round. Can Romero survive? I don't think so. His title hangs in the balance.
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich.
What are you talking about? Huh?
What you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?